Hello everyone, welcome to a new video after a little break from what happened in February, which was uploading pretty much every single day of the week, business weekdays, whatever you want to call it. We're going back to a more normal schedule, and that is, 3 videos a week, as it usually is. And today we're going to have a friendship reading to figure out how S.Coups and Mingyu get along. So let's just jump into the video and figure out how that works. So the first thing is one card to represent the connection between S.Coups and Mingyu. We have left leg submission. And let's take out one card to figure out which card represents each one of them. So one card to represent S.Coups in this connection. We have the 5 of Cups. And one card to represent Mingyu in this connection. We have Judgment reversed. So the submission card that we have for the general energy of their connection makes me think that they both are just learning from each other in the sense of trying to just understand life for what it is and just kind of giving in to going with the flow of life. There's a sense of being a bit more carefree, or to not worry about things, or to not take things too personally, or to not want to have the sense of always wanting to be in control of their actions, of their plans, of how they want things to go. It seems that there's a sense of letting go and just allowing the universe to do its thing. Now, the card that represents S.Coups is the 5 of Cups. So this tells me that in this connection, S.Coups tends to have a pretty pessimistic outlook, but I don't feel that he sees this relationship that he has with Mingyu as a bad thing. I just think that he is able to bring Mingyu all of the things that make him feel a bit stressed, or make him feel a bit sad, or make him feel a bit disappointed with life. The 5 of Cups usually talks about someone that's having a very pessimistic or negative outlook on life. It is someone that is focusing on what they have lost rather than focusing on what they have. So this, and if you look at the imagery of this woman, you can see that she can't even bear to look at those cups. So this tells me that S.Coups is able to bring that type of energy into the relationship. So he's able to, in a way, distress when he's with Mingyu, or he's able to just open up about things that are bothering him, and it seems like Mingyu is able to create this safe space for S.Coups. Now, for Mingyu, the card that represents him is Judgment reverse. So this tells me that with the Judgment card, we are talking about someone that is, this is Pluto energy, so it's a planet of transformations, it's a planet of change, it's death and rebirth type of energy. And with the Judgment card being reversed, there's this feeling of like maybe Mingyu struggles understanding what his life purpose is, or having a sense of what is going on. Maybe having an issue seeing the bigger picture in life. And I think that with the Judgment card being reversed, Mingyu is learning about those things, right? Learning how to see the bigger picture, learning to understand the higher purpose of things, learning the consequences of life, the whole thing of cycles and cause and effect, and all of those things that I guess Mingyu sometimes lacks hindsight of. And I can already see how these two cards kind of play along. You can have S.Coups bringing his worries and expectations into the relationship that can bring this new perspective into Mingyu's way of viewing life. And I think that's something that's slowly helping Mingyu understand and gather knowledge of how life works by understanding the worries that other people may have. So there's a sense of having a certain sense of enlightenment, as you can see the light right here. So just having a sense of like, oh, that makes sense. Having broader perspective as well. So how does S.Coups see Mingyu? We have the 3 of Cups reversed. How does Mingyu see S.Coups? we have the Eight of Cups reversed. So with the Three of Cups reversed, it feels okay. Both of them have cups, so this tells me that they both see each other with a sense of endearment, or a sense of there's an emotional connection for sure between both of them. So there's a sense of whatever they feel, it kind of runs deep in the relationship from both sides. But the way that S.Coups sees Mingyu is as someone that doesn't have enough fun. Funnily enough, I don't see Mingyu this way, but S.Coups does. With this Three of Cups reversed, it tells me that S.Coups probably sees Mingyu as someone that is very serious, or someone that I felt like someone that holds back somehow. I guess S.Coups sees the more responsible side of Mingyu, the more that side of Mingyu that holds maybe some sort of baggage or some sort of worry or responsibility that weighs Mingyu down. S.Coups is able to see that. I guess as the leader, he has a very good eye at seeing what bothers other people as well. Here we have Mercury in Cancer, so this tells me that S.Coups sees how nurturing and how caring Mingyu is, because Mercury is all about the way that people think. Mercury is a planet that talks about how we speak and how we I guess communicate to other people, and with this Cancer energy, that's how all of this Mercury is expressed. So this tells me that S.Coups sees the nurturing side of Mingyu, the thoughts and the communication of caring for others and taking care of others and wanting to be there for others. So a very caring energy. But I do feel that with caring for other people, there's a sense of responsibility that Mingyu carries, and that is something that S.Coups usually sees and seems to want to highlight in this reading. On the other hand, we have the Eight of Cups reversed. The Eight of Cups usually talks about someone that's walking away, someone that makes a conscious choice of walking away from a situation and trying to go into a different direction, which could be difficult and challenging as we have the mountains in the background, but here it's still a very conscious choice of leaving something that doesn't emotionally satisfy an individual and walking away from it for something better. But with this card in reverse, I do feel the first thought that I got was that Mingyu sees S.Coups as someone that finds it very difficult to let go of things. I don't know how attached S.Coups could be to certain situations or to certain memories or to his ideas, thoughts, emotions. I don't know what attachments S.Coups may have, but Mingyu sees this side of S.Coups that is I don't think it's necessarily afraid. It's more of someone that is just finds it very difficult to take that step and move on from situations. So I guess there's this sense of always holding back and trying to stay grounded in situations that maybe are I don't want to well, I guess doomed is the best way of explaining it, right? Maybe relationships or projects or works that don't have any energy in them, any future in them, and it seems like S.Coups just holds onto them, and Mingyu sees the side of S.Coups that doesn't let go. Could be the reason of S.Coups is I guess disappointment and frustration. So how do they like to spend their time together? We have the Angel of Rain. So seems like they like to just with the Angel of Rain, it's a water element because it's rain, right? To me, rain is a sign of being cleansed, a sign of being refreshed, and kind of like a way to center your energy again, because you're getting rid of the old type of thing, right? Cleansing, that's all I'm trying to get at. So I do feel that the way that they like to spend their time together is again talking. There's a lot of water here, so I do feel that they like to talk about how they feel. Even if it doesn't reach a very emotional state, they still like to talk about their feelings. It may not be directly like, oh, I feel like this, I feel like that. It's more like, oh, how do you think about this? What do you think about that? That's kind of how I feel the conversation goes. Also, with the Angel of Rain, I feel that it kind of comes all pouring down. So I do feel that they both like to spend their time together in trying to go deeper about conversations, topics, and situations. But it doesn't always have to be through speech. I think the speech part comes more from Mingyu. Like, oh, how do you feel? How what are you thinking? How are things going? That type of thing. I think it comes more from Mingyu's side. From S.Coups, it could just come from just more of a, I guess, from a spiritual sense. So feelings are felt and emotions are gone through and that kind of thing, but they don't necessarily have to be spoken, the emotions themselves, for this flow of, I guess, of feelings to go through. So I do have a feeling that they both may interact in such a way where they may just intuitively understand what is going on. I do feel there's a sense of many things that are not necessarily fully said or fully expressed, but it's still going on. But I do feel that the very big essence of it, or things that fans probably see a lot, is how Mingyu almost looks like someone that's taking care of S.Coups. Not saying that S.Coups is not reliable enough to take care of others, but I do feel that S.Coups likes to see this nurturing side of Mingyu, and that's kind of how it physically manifests. But yeah, how do they like to spend their time together? Just kind of feeling emotions and maybe clearing the mist and the fog and trying to clarify things and just understanding how they feel about situations, about topics in relationships and stuff like that. Now, what does S.Coups like about Mingyu? Well, 2 cards came out. We have the 2 of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Pentacles. Did I say Queen of Pentacles? The Queen of Cups reversed. And how... Okay. What does Mingyu like about his S.Coups? I'll put them away. There are too many cards. I just want one. We have the Moon reversed. I don't think that was a card that flipped when they all went bloop. Okay. So, the thing that S.Coups likes about Mingyu, I don't know why the cards are reversed. I guess there's a sense of potential, or like it's there but not fully there. So we have the 2 of Pentacles reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed. Here we have water elements in the Queen of Cups, and in the 2 of Pentacles we have Jupiter in Capricorn. So a sense of expansion in career, public image, or in being organized, ambitious, that kind of thing. So there's a sense of, even if Mingyu is not fully in a harmony or fully in the potential of being balanced, I guess, because the 2 of Pentacles could talk about someone that's very good at multitasking or someone that is very balanced in their life, because usually it is the imagery of a person that has 2 coins, one in each hand, and is balancing them, right? So it's supposed to talk about, even through difficult situations and hardships, there is a sense of balance. And you can even say time management, you can say multitasking, or you can say just someone that has the ability to have the inner peace of balance in their life. So having a pretty well established lifestyle that can be easily manageable for someone. But with Jupiter, we're talking about the planet of expansion. There is a sense of higher learning and higher knowledge. So I think S.Coups really likes how Mingyu has the potential, even if it's out of whack sometimes. I'm saying that Mingyu's not always balanced and always in harmony, and I am also saying that Mingyu may not be the best at multitasking, but he tries. And I think S.Coups really admires how Mingyu has this ability of just expanding and becoming a better version of himself. Someone that's very ambitious with their career, someone that is very ambitious with what they do and the projects that they're taking on, someone that is very hardworking and getting at the top of their game, always trying to put their best work out there, someone that is working hard to have a good reputation, someone that's trying to have a good public image, someone that is always trying to make sure things are working out and the networking is also working out. Capricorns are pretty good at networking when it comes to business. So I do feel that there's this sense of, like, even if Mingyu is not like the best at what he does, he makes the attempt and the effort, and I think that's what S.Coups likes. And here we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So with the Queen of Cups, there is a sense of someone that is confident, someone that has very good boundaries, someone that is very intuitive, someone that is very beautiful, and someone that is filled with fertility, as in this case, the Queen of Cups is pregnant. So there's this sense of having a very also emotional balance, because we're talking about cups. But with the sense of being fertile, it doesn't necessarily have to be about pregnancies. So I'm not necessarily saying S.Coups likes Mingyu for that. I am saying that in this case, S.Coups really likes how Mingyu has a very good ability of just creating things out of nothing, right? There's a sense of being able to just craft anything, being able to survive, being able to have the ability to imagine and make it into fruition, make it grow, make it physically possible to do. So there's a sense that if Mingyu thinks I'm going to do this, he finds a way to make it happen. He finds a way to get the right people, the right material, everything. And I think that's something that S.Coups really admires and really likes about Mingyu. However, I do feel that this Queen of Cups reverse also talks about Mingyu's probably not being aware of the potential that he has. I do feel that with this Queen of Cups in reverse, there's a sense of Mingyu probably doesn't even realize the power that he has to manifest his projects and make them real. I do feel that there's a sense of, it could be that Mingyu doesn't have the ability to fully visualize his dreams, or there's so many things that he wants to do at once that it's very difficult for Mingyu to follow through and make one thing happen, because he's constantly thinking of this other thing, and all the projects that he can do. But the potential that he has is something that S.Coups really likes and admires about Mingyu. Now, we have the moon reverse for what Mingyu likes about S.Coups. So with the moon, we have Pisces energy, another very watery element right here. With Pisces energy, we have someone that is pretty loving and caring of the world, someone that may have a very good intuition. And I'm thinking how this applies to S.Coups. But with the moon, we're talking about the unknown, we're talking about mysteries, we're talking about the subconscious, we're talking about the ability of not the ability of being confused, but yeah, there's a sense of intuition, right? So that ability as well. But the moon brings up a lot of confusion, because a lot of things that are unknown to us kind of come to the surface. But with the moon being reversed, I do feel that what Mingyu really likes about S.Coups is there's two main things that I'm seeing. One of them is that S.Coups has the ability to just navigate through all of that unknown and navigate through all of those difficulties or all of that confusion, or when things are getting mixed up. S.Coups has a very good eye, just a very good ability to just clear things up and make things stable and just seeing things for what they are. So S.Coups is very good at that, and I think Mingyu really likes that. The other thing is that I feel Mingyu really likes how S.Coups has the ability to just be pretty intuitive, being very gifted with his spirituality, his psychic gifts, I guess you could say. So S.Coups' ability to maybe have premonitions or dreams that kind of just tell him what's going on and where things are at and like what's going to happen. I think Mingyu really likes that and admires that part of S.Coups, but I feel that S.Coups probably doesn't really share much about it or doesn't really talk about it. So I think when there's like glimpses or like hints of that coming up to the surface, Mingyu really appreciates that and really values that. But I think that it's not super clear how that works. I do feel that Mingyu probably, if someone were to ask, oh, what do you like about S.Coups, he'll just be like, I don't know, he's a cool dude, I guess. And just kind of leave it at that. So what has S.Coups learned about Mingyu? So there's 4 cards. I'm just going to take the bottom one. We have Justice. And what has Mingyu learned about S.Coups? We have 3 cards. I think I'll put them back because there's 3 cards. Hold up. Mingyu, give me 1 card. What have you learned from S.Coups? We have the 2 of Wands. That makes sense, actually. That really fits with what I said earlier. So with the Justice card, what S.Coups has learned about Mingyu is how to be fair, how to listen to other people, Justice is a Libra card, so there's a sense of balance, there's a sense of harmony, there is a sense of learning how to work with other people, learning how to learn from other people as well. Libra is not necessarily a sign of service, but Libra is a sign of working with other people and wanting to be with other people, commitments with other people as well. It's all about the other in that sense. But with this Justice card, there's this sense of having balance here. You can see that there's a black sphere and a white sphere, so that makes me think of having balanced feminine and masculine energy. Here, all this kind of look like eyes, so there's a sense of like maybe being able to take into consideration other people's words and working with that, or taking other people's opinions and working with that. But it also feels like working well under pressure is what I'm hearing over and over. I do feel that one of the things S.Coups has learned from Mingyu is how to do well under other people's expectations, or under other people's eye, or under the public's eye, or when there's a lot of expectations or a lot of people looking at them, literally or not, doesn't really matter. It's just the feeling of responsibility that weighs on people that are under the spotlight. I think S.Coups has learned from Mingyu how to stay pretty balanced even when that pressure is on him, and being able to take not cool-minded, but being able to take a wise decision. Because right now with the Justice card, you see the energy of someone that just trusts in the process, someone that just kind of knows how things work, someone that carries with them the ability to I guess have a good voice of reason, if that makes sense. So someone that just knows how to work with people and how to work with situations, how to be fair, how to bring justice into things, that kind of energy. So that's one of the couple of things that S.Coups has learned from Mingyu. On the other hand, we have the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is the energy of someone that someone that feels very confident, someone that feels like they have the world at their hands and they are looking out into the horizon, ready to take action. Well, it's more like thinking about taking action, thinking, dreaming, imagining, that type of energy. So I do feel that I mentioned it a bit earlier, that with those two cards and how they kind of play along, it feels like Mingyu has learned from S.Coups how to see the bigger picture, right? That's what I said earlier. And with this Two of Wands, it kind of works with that as well. This ability of just seeing the world, seeing what could happen, seeing how things can work out, seeing how the long-term consequences of actions. With consequences, people usually have a negative connotation, but to me, it's just the cause and effect, right? What happens after. So the thing that Mingyu has learned from S.Coups is how to see and imagine and visualize the future. So in a way, becoming this Queen of Cups upright a little bit more, right? Being able to imagine the world into being, being able to visualize the world into being, right? Just manifesting that world, right? And this Two of Wands is thinking about it, visualizing it, and being able to slowly work that path and that journey into those dreams. So that's the main thing that Mingyu has learned from S.Coups, just how to manifest things into more manageable, more physical things, I guess you can say. Make them more real, let's put it that way. Now let's take the last card out, and that is, why did S.Coups and Mingyu meet? Two cards just kind of popped out. We have Faniel, the Angel of Truth, and we have Cheol, the Angel of Memory. So the reason why they met is so they could remember the truth of their existence. I think that's a bit heavy. Okay, not heavy in like baggage way. Heavy as in like it's a big message, is important, and I don't know how much of it fans will see, if that makes sense. But the reason why they met was to help each other see things for what they are. If you look at the imagery, they're both looking in the same direction, so I do feel there's a sense of walking a similar path, or walking in the same direction, or at least having dreams are in the similar direction, if that makes sense. here this flame makes me think of someone that is very knowledgeable, makes me think of someone that has and not that has like a bloodline, or has maybe past lives as well, just knowledge that has been carried for a very long time. Why am I seeing that? I'm not too sure. But this like light on the top of the head of this person looks very similar to this one. So again, enlightenment and being knowledgeable about the world. This what is it called? This little like wiggly lines. I don't know where they're coming from, but it makes me think of connections. It makes me think of relationships. It makes me think of the connection that people make with each other, because it makes me think of almost a web. Not necessarily like, yes, a spider web, but more in the sense of just, it also makes me think of like the, what is it called? The string of fate. When you have two people being connected that way. That's the thing that this reminds me of. So the angel of memory makes me think of having connections with other people. So this will be soulmates. This will be soul family. This could be what other? I guess soul connections with people, right? Soul contracts as well. I guess karmic relationships as well. So I think they met. So they could be. I guess it makes sense why they had so many cups, right? There's a sense of having a very deep connection that is not going to be fully translated to the public. So keep that in mind. I don't know how much people will be able to perceive or see from them. And with the angel of truth, I think they just met so they could tell each other things how they are, help clarify things for each other, help each other see things for what they are and what they could be, in a way help balance each other out and pump each other up and be motivated for the future. There's also this sense of just with this light, it makes me think of someone that has guidance or knows where to go, because there's always a light that they can follow. There's a sense of feeling safe and secure, so I think they're helping each other with that. Especially that Five of Cups, that pessimistic and like that negative outlook into life. I think it's usually cleared or helped, or I think Mingyu kind of eases S.Coups through those difficulties and is bringing like this light of being inspired again, this spark to look into the positive side, and sometimes just having the enlightenment that things will get better and having a clearer view of how things can work out and that and stuff along those lines. And here, this feels like the sun is actually coming up, so it makes me so sunrise, there you go, that's the word. It feels like there's a sunrise, so it makes me think like there's a sense of bringing positivity, shedding light on the truth, and therefore bringing knowledge. So I do feel that they met for that reason, to help each other be a bit more positive, to help each other see the truth of the situation they're in and the path that they're walking on, and being able to just remember their past, present, and then I guess remember what they wish for their future to be like, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'll leave that there. I hope you guys liked this video. I thought this one was very interesting, and I am actually pretty happy with how talkative S.Coups' energy was, and I was also very happy with how easy it was to read these cards. I love these cards a lot for the art, but I find it very difficult to just kind of channel the energy of them. I feel that I need to be in a very specific mood to be able to use them, so I kind of dread using them because I feel like I'm not bringing justice to the knowledge and the power that these cards have. So I hope I was able to translate into human terms how this energy feels, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'll leave you guys there. I'll see you in the next one, whenever that is. Thank you so much for watching, and love and healing from my part to you, and bye.